morning. So I thought because we didn't have class this morning that I would do a couple of videos to go over some of the breathwork practices that we've done. So I'll go through them all in this video, and then you'll be able to hopefully pause it at the one that you want to pick and practice, and you'll be able to do this from home when you feel like it. Okay, so we'll begin as we normally do in class, just by making ourselves comfortable in the seat, grounding your feet through the floor. So you might want to lift the toes up, spread them out, put the feet down on the floor and just feel the connection between the soles of the feet and the mat. Roll your shoulders up, back and down to open the chest. Check that your sit bones have connected to the seat of the chair. Tune into your tailbone and then follow that line up through your spine to the top of your head, the crown of your head. Tuck your chin in a wee bit. And just take your 3 breaths, nice and long and deep, in through the nose, and then sighing out through the mouth. And this just allows us to arrive where we're at this morning, giving ourselves some space and time away from daily busyness, some time to relax and tune in to how we feel in the body and mind. And we know about the 3-part breath, so we'll go through that. This is where we're breathing into the belly first, filling up the belly, then the chest, and then another bit of breath coming in all the way up to the throat, the collarbone. Now when you've got it here, we're going to breathe out from the top down. So breathe in out from the collarbone, then the chest, and then the belly. And when we're doing this, we're using the abdominal muscles. We're letting the inhalation come all the way down to the bottom of the lungs, filling up the lungs, filling up the abdomen, then the chest, and then right up here, as much oxygen as we can take in. Okay, so I'll go through that practice a few times. If you want to, breathe along with me. And if you want to do it longer, then stop the video and just concentrate on that. And aim to do maybe between 5 and 10 rounds. Start small and build up. Okay? And then when you return to normal breath, just give yourself a couple of minutes there to come back to normal, okay? Now another one that we did was the left hand to the heart, right hand to the tummy breath. And this is quite nice for just feeling into that sense of yourself. Breathing in, feeling the body move the hands away as the air comes into the lungs and into the chest. And then as you breathe out, the hands come back in towards the body. So your breath in is pushing them away. Your breath out, everything is deflating and the hands are coming back down. And I find this breath especially good if I'm sitting quietly and I just want a bit of comfort, if I'm maybe thinking about somebody who's not well, and I want to send them some kind wishes, then I feel them here in my heart. So that's what I tend to use this one for, and also in meditation, if I'm sitting meditating quietly. Okay. So let's do a few rounds of this one. And again, you can stop the video, pause it, and continue with the heart and tummy breath as long as you want to. So let's move on. Another breath that we've used this year is the box breath. So if you imagine in front of you a postcard or a window, anything that's square in shape, and I'll just have a look at my phone here. So as we travel along the top, we're breathing in. As we travel down the side, we're holding the breath. As we travel along the bottom, we're breathing out. And as we travel up the other side, we're holding space until we get to where we started and we breathe in again. So it's quite a simple one, but it's also quite effective. And it's quite a good one to use, I find, if I'm becoming a bit anxious. Maybe if I was in the dentist's waiting room, I would maybe use it then to just keep my nerves down before I have to go in and see the dentist. Okie dokie. So let's try that one together. So along the top, breathing in for a count of 4. Holding for a count of 4. Breathing out for a count of 4. And holding for a count of 4. Your count of 4 will be different from my count of 4. one more. And with all those breath works, we're aiming to take it nice and slowly. Don't go too fast, you might end up hyperventilating. Slow and steady. There's another one that's quite similar that we've done before. It was the 4-7-8 breath, and this is where we breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and breathe out for 8. So we're lengthening the out breath, and when we do, we're sort of letting it out in a different way through the teeth. So let's try that one together. So checking in with your posture, making sure your chest is open, feeling the spine, and then we'll breathe in for 4 through the nose, hold for 7, and out for 8. And try when you breathe in to keep the shoulders relaxed. Okay, it's very tempting, I just noticed it there when I breathe in. The shoulders want to come up, but try to stay relaxed in the body. So let's try that again. Good. Oh, run out of tea. So we'll do 2 more that we've done in class. We'll do the B breath. So if you have a hearing aid in, it's best to take that out. Now come a bit closer. So we take the fingers, the index and middle fingers, and put them on the ear to close the ear. Turn the arms up. So this is why it's called the B breath. These are your wings. Okay. And then we're going to breathe in, and when we breathe out, we're humming out. So nice breath in. So if you take the tongue behind the top teeth and have the teeth just softly parted or together, not clenched in any way, just gently. Let's try that again. quite like that one because inside your head it sounds like the singing bowl at the end of the class, the vibration through the skull and down into the body. Don't use it very often, but I quite enjoy it when I do. So the last one that we'll try, we haven't done in class for a wee while. It can be quite a tricky one because you're working both sides of the brain, but it's quite an effective one for bringing in a sense of calm and peace if you're on your own, and it sort of stimulates the brain as well, I find. So I wouldn't do it if you have the cold or have sinuses or anything like that. But if you're happy to try, it's called a Nadi Shodhana breath. So we're taking these two fingers again up to this point here, which is where the third eye is. Okay. The thumb is going on this nostril and the other two fingers are going on this one. Now what you do is you use these fingers to close the nostrils, open the thumb and breathe in, close that, open the other side and breathe out. Then breathe in here. And when you're breathing in, you're imagining that your breath is coming up here to this third eye point and then down again. Okay? And I would start small again, so start with a couple of rounds and then gradually build it up. And you can also play around with it a wee bit, so if you want to, you can breathe in and out through the right. And then the left. And then release. And just sit for a wee moment or two and let the body adjust. Okay, so I hope those examples have given you a wee bit of choice, something you can try over the next week or so and see what you find enjoyable. Okay, namaste.